representing Jersey 8. Joining me in the commentary box for this one is the man himself, John Bell. Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thanks again for joining us, John.
It's a pleasure. I've got a fur coat on and a balaclava just to remind me of home. I tend to get homesick.
I thought you were looking better. It's going to be a good game this. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube. For those of you that have the chat facility, and you can pop the questions down in the chat facility if you want to ask John a question, and we will try and get that answered for you. If you are joining us as well, please press the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, doesn't ask for any personal details. We'll just notify you when the streams are going live. It's also very good for sponsors and helping to make the sport better, accessible, gives it a bigger reach as well. So please click the subscribe button and let's move this great event forward together. Two England teams on the next rink there, rink number 10. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on that, John and I, won't we?
We will indeed. The both teams are going very well.
Teams have all had their practice sessions 15 minutes before the session starts.
Every rink seems to have their own individual lines to the draw, so it's not surprising that it'll take a couple of ends for them to settle down.
Yeah, this backhand, it's probably a bit more of a kinder hand. You know, it does bend a little bit and then straightens at the end. The only difficulty with that is if you play the wider line, it will just stay there. The forehand is a huge swing, a little bit. I kind of like a hand that you're guaranteed to find centre of the rink. I know it's obviously a slightly different pace with the wider lines, but I think the front end, you're always looking for that hand that's going to be kinder for you.
That's right, and it's important that the leads, identify quite early the best hand that suits them, and if they'll stick to that throughout the game.
Here's the winner. We'll go through the individual players' names for these teams very shortly. You know who's playing. Big turnout for the home nation, Cyprus. Lots of teams entered. There's just that little kick, John, at the end, look.
Yeah, as we've said many times, it's the teams that are nailing the pace, getting a good draw pace, that are winning these games. If the head's built up from the start, it's very difficult to retrieve from a skip or a third position.
It's almost like you know what you're on about there, John.
I thought that.
You impressed me there, mate.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Just see him standing on the outside of the mat. That'll make the bend bowl as much as it can. position on the mat's massive, isn't it, John, in a game of bowls? I mean, I think, is it 14 inches wide? But really, on a true surface, you could almost finish maybe 2.5 feet difference by playing the same line but moving.
Yeah, very true. These two rinks skipped by very experienced players. Both have played at a very high level.
You just see it all just struggling just to get underneath the straighter but without going across the head. I mean, 2 feet wide is not too bad. Pace is too quick, that won't come back.
Yeah, you'd think the home team would have some advantage because they'll be used to playing on these greens. Well, it should take the Jersey side a little bit longer to settle down.
Well, he's firing them out fast and furious here.
Well, Jersey would be disappointed with that. I mean, the head was there to draw to right to the very end. You don't draw close, you don't win many shots.
So like you say, the home nation will always have some benefit, some little bit of an advantage. And I mean, you've been team manager for many years for the England side, John. For their managers, is it one of the case of getting here, having a little notebook, making little notes of the characteristics of all these individual and quirky rinks?
Well, wherever we played, the norm was to get our players onto the greens as fast as possible and get as much practice in as they could before the event. Because there's nothing like familiarising yourselves with the conditions and the surfaces. And that's worked a treat from our players' point of view across the world, particularly when you go down the southern hemisphere, when obviously the greens are a lot faster than ours. So you need certainly a week of constant play to acclimatise properly.
Just see the two England teams there, just battling against each other. Quite experienced rinks. You know, there's a rink there with Brett Arkley, and well, he's been around a long time and still plays at such a high level. Opposite team, winners of the senior fours. Oh wow, 4 straight away. So looking at the Jersey team, then Jersey A, we've got Rob Clive, Graham Lemonnier, Alex Stewart and Brian Bison. Representing Cyprus B, Bob Elliott, Billy Nichols, Edward Steffens and Lucas Paraskevesva. Make a great tennis player. Not quite sure I got that, so the Cypriot, or whatever his pronunciation there, but it sounded good.
I'll just call him Lucas if you don't mind.
That's fine, John.
And a very experienced player he is. He's been in the Champion of Champions twice, and I think he's qualified again for the next one in New Zealand.
Yeah, good opening bowl. not bad at all. Anything within a yard I would say is quite good on a surface like this. I saw this morning the importance of the lead from America. She really did play well at the front end. Was always putting Cyprus under pressure, that's key. It's interesting, that little white painted mark around the grip, isn't it, John? That's like, remember when I was like young, all the old black balls. South Africa used to do a lot of artistry work on the side of their bowls with the rings and the dots.
I think it was just largely cosmetic. I don't think there was anything. It wouldn't be very benefit for actual playing wise. Nobody getting a consistent length at this end. You tend to get a variation in where you finish if you're not quite sure of the lines in. If you're concentrating too much on your line, then your weight seems to waver, and that seems to be happening here. They've pushed down a line and misjudged the pace.
Corrected on the pronunciation of the surname. The second A is pronounced as an I. There we go. Periskeva, not Paraskeva. Just also been told Bob Elliott from the lead of Cyprus team has been replaced by Dave Webb. Thanks for letting me know. Well, can you find the hole? A little touch won't be too bad. Just got it too full in the face. Just having a little look at angles. I mean, that forehand now does look a little cluttered. Backhand in this direction, I don't think it's too bad, to be fair. There's two ways in. There's a really big swing, but you've got to make sure you play the purpose pace for that big swing. Well, there is a line where it bends early and then doesn't bend much near the end. So let's see what he chooses to play. Well, that's definitely been pushed in.
Well, it looks as though it's close for shot.
There's a red sticker to the left, green sticker to the right. Green sticker's on the red bowl. For those watching in black and white, the yellow is behind the black. On to Cyprus.
They got away with that a bit because they didn't have the best of starts to that end.
Just see a good facility here. This big green at the top here is just split into two using the chairs. Again, it's a pretty decent speed, to be fair. A few little tricky lines, but you can get that on an indoor surface as well as a grass surface. Might come back, yeah. Not the required 23-metre lengths. Not gone much further, John.
No. Looks about the same length as the first end, and it didn't fare very well at all, Jersey, on that one. And he's thrown it back to the same place.
Yeah, so it's two missed cast jacks. So the rule is it goes onto the 2-metre tee, and then the original team that won the last end can put the mats anywhere they like between the tee and the 23-metre mark. Just speeds it up, we could be here all day.
Well, there's not much give in that hand.
He's standing more or less in the middle of the mat. Let's see where he goes with this one. On that wide straightener, is he? Yeah, there's the straightener, look.
Well, so a lot depends on what type of ball you play with as well. I mean, if you're playing with a narrow line ball, there's even less, you're even less likely to bend at the end.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the narrow bias balls, I must say. I think they're ruining the game slightly. I understand there's, you know, places in the world that needs a slightly narrow bias ball, but for us that play, especially in the UK, I just find it boring seeing balls come straight down the middle of the green all the time. In your era, everything bent to the strings, didn't it?
Everybody had the same ball in my dim and distant past, but I think that the very narrow line balls were never meant for our UK greens and surfaces. I think they were meant for the Southern Hemisphere, but they've managed to sort of sneak their way into our game.
Oops, nearly.
Well, he needed that. He was in the ditch, probably.
He's lead now and he's not too.
No, hit the wide line again. It's a completely open hand, but you certainly need to be very careful how much you give your land, how much land you give your ball on that side.
In this, you've got to be right out to the string as a minimum. This will bend a long way.
He likes this one better.
Yeah, I can say he was after it. That was a good ball on that hand.
A perfect line.
They do have synthetic surfaces in Jersey as well, don't they? I've seen one somewhere when I went over to play in the European Championships, although we played on grass. I did see it.
They've got a complex over there called Le Creux, and they're all artificial
Is
surfaces.
it Le Creux, is it? Yeah.
There's been some international series played on there.
And you had seen one?
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time there. It was a lovely island.
Although the Jersey players tell me that the States are taking that complex back after December, so it'll be no longer.
Oh, really?
According to my information.
So it's going to be completely done with?
I don't know. I don't know, but they just said they're taking them back, so it won't be available for bowls.
Oh, I see. That's not very good news.
crew. The complex at Jersey.
Well, he's got the pace for that little straightener. Just going to miss it though. Oh, another decent bowl, just getting to the back of that one. So another single. 6 without so far. Looking across there on the other side. England versus England, 3-0 the score on that one. Sorry, 3-1. England A are the home team.
Neither side really stamping their authority on this game. The Cyprus have got 6 shots for nothing, really.
The jack somewhere there, is it? There it is, between his legs there. Yeah, it's in.
Yeah, the backhand coming in this direction seems to be the much more predictable hand. This looks a good line in.
Got the jack. Well played, sir. If he gets to the back bowl, that must almost give him the shot, I think. Looks tight. He's got a lot of pace on it. A bit overplayed, really, John. I mean, he's only one down. If he draws to the blue bowl, he's in.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to be that heavy. I mean, it was certainly a draw shot by the look of the head. You just need to be clearing that short ball. And you say drop off the back ball. Another scrappy head, really.
Good pace. Going quick again. Oh, he's got a touch of something, but no, just missed.
Obviously getting frustrated with the draw shot, or lack of the draw.
Well, can he just get over the top or underneath with good pace? Nope, can't. That'll be nuisance value though. Some good badding, as I call it. Forced him to the forehand. Oh dear, where's that going? People stand in front of the jack. Oh, right onto the jack. There we go. Dear me.
Whose ball was it?
I think it says, might be a Cyprus bowl, I think. Yeah.
Well,
Oh. Yeah, it's a green sticker, isn't it? It looks like. So that is another Cyprus bowl. I think the blue bowl's got a red sticker, a very dark red sticker. Yeah, you can just see them there. It's actually got a few colours on, which doesn't help. Yeah, on to Cyprus.
well, that's cleared a way in for Brian.
See if I can get a message to the green, see if I can get them to stand out of the head. There has to be an early bat for us.
Yes, it's very frustrating for viewers, and not least ourselves, when you can't see the outcome of these balls. Another single to Cyprus.
So a good start. 7 without. Brett Hartley there with his little Bill and Ben hat on with his red bowls. England AF4 1 up.
Yeah, the Berkshire boys are current British Isles Senior Fours champions as well as national champions.
Yeah, they played well together, didn't they?
Play very well.
Good strong county.
No, they didn't manage to retain the Midland Cup this year, but had a great win the year before. Persisting down that back line, but you're just a little bit out of the line, and that's you've lost your ball. They don't seem to have learnt from the earlier deliveries.
Much better.
Yeah, great adjustment.
Question there about the streaming games. Both asking why both games were advertised. Well, this is the main focus for this this afternoon session, but with there being a game on there next door, which is also quite juicy, people's standings will just try and keep jumping between the two. Try and spoil you for choice. Oh, brilliant! Made that hand look nice and easy then.
Dead easy.
So you look around thinking, why are they making it so hard?
Well, two identical balls. Much to his shame. Different? There's one good thing about playing in this direction. Nobody gets in our way. We can see what's happening.
Through your Hubble telescope.
To be fair, it must be a fine line down this backhand. If you're just a little bit too wide, you've had it. But
it's certainly not a hand I'd like to be playing an attacking bowl on. I'd be choosing to play the swingy hand, no matter how swingy it is.
I certainly wouldn't like to be saving shots on it.
Depends how much of a straightener he gets now. Here it comes. Well played. Oh, bit unlucky. Yeah. No, wrong hand, I'm afraid, for that kind of pace. It was always drifting away.
Yeah, it was a right shot, but just the wrong line. A setup like that always seems to be attractive for a drive. It looks really good.
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant
what
ball.
A brilliant ball. Two brilliant balls, really. There with me.
Same shot required, though, from Lucas.
I'd go very quick on the forehand myself.
Well, whatever side he feels confident on it, if he normally drives on the backhand, then he's got that option. Or the alternative, he favours the other. Totally his choice.
Is he inside the drift? He is. 1, 2. Now that back ball has come right into play.
That was a great line. Cut his pace as well. Played a more difficult shot, really, but very successfully. Very frustrating for Brian. He plays the best ball he's played and then he has to do it all over again.
Can he get to the bowl? Back to the jack. Oh, just didn't get it fat enough. Line's good. What's the pay? Oh, look at that drift. Deary me.
That's hard.
Well, they're on the scoreboard. Change something up a little bit here. Having a quick look at the score. Well, Brett Harkley's team have clawed their way back. They're now 4 across after 5 ends. So that's a good game there going on. 8 good standard of players, though, to be fair, John, the England boys.
Yes, indeed. Internationals and national title winners galore in those 2 rinks. We'll see if the success at that end spurs the Jersey lads on. difficulty in building any head up, any sort of head at all, particularly this end.
I think this way is a better way to play as well, which is strange. I think both hands bend pretty decent. Just the pace. Can tell Alan Thornhill's just arrived with his taser. They're all standing way out there now for us. It's them lovely short bowls that you like, John. Them scourgy.
Scourge of the game.
Needs to pick it up, swallow it. That jack's like a poisonous spider in this end.
It must be a force field around it. It's the weight they're struggling with. Well, that could just about make the shot.
Just didn't get back, did it? That's a Cyprus bowl. Okay, well, one way.
Good result. No, they're just not catching this green at all. They're not happy.
definitely.
3 more gifts really to Cyprus.
Oh,
They'll be happy, but I doubt if Jersey will be too happy about that, the way that they've just let those shots be scored against them.
I can say there's 3 out and there's nothing within a yard to 4 feet. Just while they're measuring there, just have a quick look at the England game that's going on. 6-4 for England A. See some good balls being played there by both leads. Not seeing how that rink's played, but there's been some good games on there. I saw South Africa play a few ends and they were playing well. As you can see, he gets to the red one, finished in a good place.
Well, Brett Hartley, one of the England leads, he had 21 national caps indoor. One of the best indoor leads in the north of England.
Yes, so I'll second that, definitely. So it's a 4 for Cyprus.
Jersey will be getting a little bit worried now because there's nothing worse than losing shots when you know you're not really competing,
Yep.
For them, and can be a depressing thought.
Just some scores coming through from the other greens. The ladies round 6, Cyprus B 1, Guernsey 6, Jersey A 2, Wales 3, Jersey B 1, United States B 10. Norfolk Isles are 3-6 down against the USA A side. Scotland are trailing 2-5 against South Africa. And the England ladies are 9-2 ahead against Cyprus A. Looking at some of the other men's results, South Africa, well, they're continuing to dominate this event. They're 9-1 ahead against the States A side. Czech Republic are 3 each against Guernsey. United States B are 7-0 against Scotland. Cyprus B 7-1 against Jersey A, which is the game we're following now. Norfolk Islands 2-9 down against Wales. Cyprus A are 4-2 up against Jersey B. And Zimbabwe are ahead against Switzerland 6 shots to 2.
That's a better start. Well, Jersey need to get the shot, which is obvious, but that will enable them to change. They want to change the game, either sort of bring the mat up or completely change the length, because they're losing shots at the lengths they're playing, and they're not getting them close. So they need to change everything.
Nearly played one here.
No, it won't let you back on that side if you've got weight.
At some point you've got to change something, I think. I mean, they've been sticking with this hand now for the last 6 ends, and 11-1 down. Is it not time to try something a bit different, maybe? But they are struggling with the pace, you know. Are you going to struggle with the pace again on the other hand? I don't know. Sometimes they say, John, don't they, a change of hand, a change of pace.
That's right.
I think they do need to... I mean, how long are you going to stick with this hand here where you're losing heavily on? Forehand, it's not an easy hand. You've just got to remember just to fling it out.
And Cyprus have actually blocked the draw on that side as well. They sort of virtually forced Jersey onto this other side where we know it's difficult to get a line.
Oh, didn't see it that way, but yeah, okay. Take that and run.
Yes.
Quite literally. I'd take it against you, John, but you know.
Oh, you would.
Bit too much weight for what was needed.
Oh, that's better. It's true. Out we go. It wasn't far of moving that jack round behind and giving shot away. Got away with it. Anyway, now then, Jersey, how much spirit have you got left in the tank?
looking quickly at tomorrow's schedule for you, kicking off with the men's senior fours. We've got Cyprus on again. Cyprus A against Norfolk Islands, week number 15. And then in the afternoon, we have the men's fours. Scotland versus Wales in the afternoon, both on the top green.
Well, Jersey have opted for a maximum length. That's quite a good idea, I think. Change your length.
Pictures are. It's nice to hear a bit of atmosphere around the greens as well. Quite like that. There's lots of teams, lots of support, isn't there, between the men's and ladies teams. They're not segregated. They are all supporting one another.
Yeah, good atmosphere for the event.
Yeah, nothing worse than playing in a match where it's like a library or something like that. Speaking of libraries,
You mean like Potters?
speaking of libraries, do you remember the old mobile libraries?
I do.
Yeah, I once got knocked down by one of those. I was
Did
running
you?
across the road when I was a kid, and the mobile library came around the corner and knocked me down. And I was sat at the side of the road, like holding onto my legs, screaming in agony. And the lady got out and went, "Shh."
The old ones are the best.
Oh, sorry about that. Taken off air immediately. Come back now at the end. Well played. Oh, brilliant. Well played, sir. His last 3 bowls have been very good.
Yeah, well, the maximum length has certainly improved the standard of bowling.
Seven 4 there, England 8. Just going away again from them. Now I'll take a bit of a rumble here. Oh, just waited the corner. short bowl, slightly shorter length to the left, is a Jersey bowl. I mean, they're looking to just be working off at either side. I think they're just playing just a little too quick. In the Jersey boys here, I mean, they're in a little bit of trouble. If they don't act soon, they're going to be begging for shots and maybe a sherry.
Yeah, Cyprus have responded very well to this new lens. They're certainly determined not to lift a foot off the accelerator.
Just too quick, I think, John. You know, just not allowing that extra percentage of getting down into this head. Too direct.
But he needs to allow a little bit of bend to get in there, which is a better weight. Delicate draw required from this one. Doesn't want to do damage. Perfect.
Well played.
Absolutely perfect.
Great bowl. Dos, por favor. Yes, it's all going wrong this morning. Begging. Racing ahead. 8-10's played. 7-6. Great game going on there.
Very astute choice of length there from Cyprus. They know they did extremely well at this end at a long length. Trying to repeat it again. Just not getting to it. Just overplayed. Certainly a better quality of bowling at this longer length. Less balls being wasted.
well. Can he just get to it? Oh, yes, he can. It's enough. Well played. Temperature's just starting to just drop a little bit now as we move into the late afternoon. Sunset's quite early here in Cyprus. Still 19 degrees, still pleasant.
Cyprus thirds played some really good balls. Commentator's curse. And that could have gone in for second, I would think. Mr. Line.
Morgan Merriweather there asking what we're munching on. Well, that's just Anne's buffet for 6 that she's having, Morgan. I hope you're keeping well. Morgan's a great player in her own right as well. Up and coming star of the England scene. Did you want that orange? Certainly knows where she hides the profiteroles. Just starting to slip away now, I think, John. Ends are ticking down. Obviously only 15 ends is the maximum.
Well, we're only halfway. There's plenty of time, really, in theory. But at this moment in time, it doesn't look as though Cyprus are going to be troubled too much.
Looking across there to the England game. Well, they're still having a cracker. Been nip and tuck all the way through. As you can see here, look at this. He's nearly playing a perler. Oh, good second. The one for them, so that I think that puts them, yeah, seven across after 9 ends. Might just be able to see, depends on how quick this game finishes, might just be able to see the back end of that one. Does Joe Youngkin still play, John? I've not seen him for ages.
No, he doesn't.
Not at all, no?
No, he doesn't. No, he's down in York now, but he hasn't bothered to join the club down there.
Seems ages ago since we played together with him when we played against the Commonwealth Games team at Wigton. Remember that? Yeah, played with him in the pairs. It was great, yeah.
I was talking to one of the American ladies, and they were saying that they'd seen. John and I helped with a video of deliveries. It was in Penrith Indoor, and it is very, very good in showing the step and the delivery and angles and things. And she said she'd been watching that and really enjoying that, and that's how John's on that. His sort of delivery is, you know, that perfect just about. Yeah.
And I always find it funny, certain countries you watch, you almost know which country they're from with the type of delivery. Like, I have a lot of South Africans that have moved over to play for Manchester, and they all have a very, what I would class as a typical South African stance.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it's drilled into them through the development.
I always think the South African stance is a lot more amenable to our indoor surfaces, the faster surfaces.
It's more fixed, isn't it?
Fixed delivery. Because you don't get as much momentum with that. So, you know, which you need on some of our outdoor greens, as you well know.
Yeah, I think Manchester this year got up to a very brisk, I think it was 10 seconds, 5 that way and 5 this way, I think.
Yeah, it is a problem for our sport, is that, you know, heavy greens are putting a lot of people off, really, outdoor balls.
Definitely.
And I mean, it all goes back to, you know, greenkeeping skills, but, you know, the will to actually make them run a little bit faster. You know, there's got to be a will there from the clubs that they want them running at, you know, well, I mean, our outdoor summer isn't exactly the best, but if you could get them up to about 12 seconds, 12, 13 seconds, that would be really, really good, you know. But it doesn't always work like that.
Obviously, I've never done greenkeeping, so, you know, I need to be careful what I say, but what I always find frustrating is, because I play flat and crown, how 90% of our crown greens, that the speed is so good. Obviously, they haven't got they haven't got that need to get the green flat. That's the hardest thing, isn't it, to get a flat surface for flat green. But the speed, the crown green speed, it's always there. I never understand why on a flat green. I mean, speed is something that you can easily sort out compared to getting rid of some horrific lines. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Manchester, it's going to take years to get rid of those horrendous lines, but the speed should come easier.
Yeah. Yep. I have a lovely story about Jock Fleming, who was an old Scottish international. He used to be the greenkeeper at Mocklin Club just outside Ayr.
Yep.
And he was doing the green one day, and a visitor popped his head over the fence and said, "Hey, what a lovely club you've got." He says, "How many members have you got?" And Jock said, "Oh, only one." He said, "Only one member?" He says, "I and 70 greenkeepers." New lease of life for our laptop.
corner.
Cyprus lying again, I think.
Got the jack. Straight to the Cypriot ball. Well, there's him for
Yes.
second. Jersey 2 down again.
Cyprus playing with a lot more confidence now. They've got the bit between the teeth. They shall not be denied.
Let's see if we can follow a couple of ends of the England. Just see England there. We'll follow a couple of ends of that game very shortly. See the Jersey lead there, shaking his head. He's really not mastered this backhand, has he, in this direction at all. Whether it's his bowls he's playing with, his delivery, or just can't fathom it out, could be a mix. Not an easy hand by all means, but it's certainly playable. We're just going to have a quick look at this England game going on here. Very interesting England game going on just for an end of two. Two English sides there. Some strong players in that team. Representing England A. We've got Vaughan Holland, Paul Bunting, Craig Shaw, and Alan Simonson leads up that four. And then the B team playing in the away part of the scoreboard there. Brett Arkley, Tony Humphries, Alex Bryden and Alan Theobald from the northeast of England. Brett's there with his hat. He's been spent the last 5 days running through all the shadows. Says he burns very, very easy, a bit like a Pop-Tart. See, they've just taken the lead, England B, 8-7. And Brett Arkley with two really good opening bowls. Theobald, he's been around ages, hasn't he?
He has indeed.
Talented
Well
player.
known throughout the north.
Character as well.
Durham stalwart. And of course, this four won the national senior fours in 21. And Alan's been a regular in the Durham Indoor Liberty Trophy team, which have won the national title 5 times.
That takes some doing.
It does. And the Berkshire boys, I mean, they've had a great year. They won the national senior fours and the British Isles senior fours. No mean feat either.
No, I was there when they won the British Isles in air. It was it felt about -3, and the wind and the rain was almost going sideways. Greens were very, very heavy and tricky as well.
It was very poorly supported as well, I understand.
Yeah, I'm all for trying new things. I love trying new things. I think it's needed, but I think sometimes you need to, when you're trying something, is to keep the current format, you know, that has done well for many, many years, and run something alongside it to see, you know, what it's like. But that's purely my own opinion. I am sometimes a little bit outspoken at the time, and I won't change that. In my opinion, I was there for the whole event, and I just didn't enjoy it. So yeah, I thought it was extremely boring.
Well, you've played in the old British Isle team championships, Jason, and I'm afraid they should never have been dropped like they were.
No.
They were sort of went underneath the radar doing away with those. That was an iconic British event where competitive bowlers, they aspired to play for their national team, and it gave them the opportunity to do so. And it's all of a sudden it was just scrapped. Very poor.
I just felt sorry for the teams as well. You know, there's people that have played in both. There's people that have played in it a few times. People have played for the very first time. And yeah, I felt for them, because it's such an honour to come out wearing your England shirt. But when there's nobody there and it's all force wins, just felt a little bit sorry.
It was I mean, the games were played with a passion. Everybody to give everything for their country in those games. And then in some circles, those that wanted rid of it said it was just a social event, which was an insult to all the players that had actually played in the event.
A huge insult. Unfortunately, I think the way things go, for whatever reasons, people making the decisions have never experienced it, John, I think is the key.
Quite correct.
I believe it has been reviewed, and we'll see what happens moving forward. Needs to hit that nice and solid on the inside if possible. So another one for Jersey.
They need quite a few more of those.
16-4 now the score for Cyprus B. I think it's a true reflection at the moment. I think, being fair, Jersey have struggled. They've certainly struggled at the front end, but the home nation played some very, very good stuff. Good, consistent bowls.
Yeah, both sides seem to struggle to settle down earlier on, but certainly Cyprus have played the better bowls, and the score reflects that.
It certainly does. Sometimes you get a score, don't you, where it's been a very, very good game, and it's been nip and tuck, a little bit of bad luck, and you look at the score, you know, they win by 10, and really It's only a one-shot win, isn't it? But it's a cruel game. Oh, look at that for a bit of bad luck. Still 2 for England B there with those red balls. Can he just trail the jack for a few? Oh, look at this. Unlucky. He got to the split. Trailed the jack through for 3 or 4 down the back there. It's a very close game.
Quality game.
Yes, it is a quality game. Eight after 11. Low scoring game, isn't it? England A here with the white stickers. England B are playing with the red. Bill and Ben leading here for England B. Tournament Director Gary Smith there in the orange, just keeping his eye over everything that's going on. It's got one of the poshest tournament offices I've ever seen there, John, with a swim up pool, and very nice. I thought he was joking when he said come to the tournament office and it had a swimming pool. Shows you how nice this hotel is.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic loose end from the Durham boys.
Here comes the winner. Very well played, sir.
Just what was needed.
Yep.
But again, that was a good example of the hand allowing him to play that shot. It was a beautifully drawn shot, good bend, good arc. It helps.
Here's two options. He can follow it down the backhand. Nice draw. Or he can play the forehand. Play it away. I think he's got 2 seconds. Nice and positive.
Still may a chance for to thread his way through these balls to draw another shot. Or round.
Played the percentage, John, there, didn't he? Looking for
Yep.
connections. 3 or 4 different results apart from that one.
Yeah.
As the sun goes, just another brick in the wall. I think he'll still play it. It's either that or just a bare draw on the backhand. That's all he's got.
Yeah, but as you were quite rightly saying, I mean, a draw on the backhand, round those balls, he's got it's one chance only.
Yep.
He plays weight on the forehand, he can get right through, possibly to the jack, or promote something and follow through, so it may be 2 or 3 chances. So that would be the percentage shot, but no, he's fancying his chance of drawing it.
Got wrecked, but he wasn't reaching anyway, so it wouldn't have affected that ball. Just thinking at 2 down, I'd be just inclined to play straight through it. Going for cover.
Well, it's a very difficult shot for Alan, but I think the percentage shot is just plough up the middle and hope for a good result.
Oh my gosh. Dear me.
That's unlucky.
Bet you couldn't do that again for a fiver.
Nearly wriggled through.
Yeah, so that was just a quick look at the England game there, with it being so interesting. Been nip and tuck all the way through. Back to the Cyprus game that we go. Very one-sided.
Well, we've seen that before.
Yep. Another pan full. This game's well and truly over.
Cyprus turning the screw. They're not going to let this go now. Oh, heck. 5.
Yeah, can't win. Just put some out of reach. Some more scores coming through. We can get the ladies. Cyprus B 7, Guernsey 9, Jersey A 4, Wales 7, Jersey B 8, USA B 12, Norfolk Islands 12, USA A 11, Scotland 5, South Africa 12, Cyprus A 6, England 19. Some of the other greens for the gents, round 7, they're a round ahead. England A 8, England B 8. That's again, we've just been following there. They've just scored again, though. That's just slightly changed. South Africa, they're still dominating this. 13-7 against USAA. The Czech Republic, they're doing very well. 9-6 up against Guernsey. Scotland 9, USA B 10. Cyprus B 16, Jersey A 4. Norfolk Islands 14, Wales 11. And Cyprus A 11, Jersey B 6. And Zimbabwe 7, Switzerland 11. Be a good win that for Switzerland if they can hold on to that. I don't think they've won a game yet. Good start.
Yes, they have.
Yep, they have won a. They have. Yep, my scoreboards. Yep, they have won a previous game. That's good then. So that'd be 2 wins out of 7, which for such a small country and only 1 bowling green is quite remarkable, John. Really. Where do you practice for something like this?
Yeah, they're very enthusiastic, and they compete in the European championships, and they actually play test matches against France in a beautiful resort at La Rochise, which have got an outdoor facility now in the southeast of France.
Oh, really?
So they travel there and play there, and that's how they get their practice.
Whereabouts is that, John?
It's southeast of La Rochise.
La
they call the
Rochise?
place. Yeah, beautiful little
Okay.
resort.
Yeah, that's good. It's great to see. You did French at school, I take it, did you?
Mange too. A-level French, my son. I got A-level French.
Did you really?
Yes, the oral examiner's still laughing.
Parlez-vous français, Rodney?
The French touch with a Cumbrian affliction. English is, of course, still our second language in Cumbria.
You just put the word "eh" on the end of every sentence I normally find. You speak to Trevor Taylor, he ends every sentence with "eh."
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's just Trevor. Must be all them accidents he's had on his scooter thing he rides around. Well, it's a solid contact. Oh, dearie me. touch on the inside, has done. Well played.
Yeah, they're not easing up. Oh. Well, things don't get any better for poor Jersey. The result is beyond doubt now, but they've got to play the game out because the shots could affect the standings at the end of the event.
Yep. See what's going on in the rink next door. Well, England B have made the move in this going into the penultimate end. England B now lead 13-8. 2 to play. We'll be able to catch the end of that one.
Yeah, it's a crucial time to make the break. Perfect. In fact.
Not overly wide again. Much better, well played.
A little too late, but still good to watch.
Oh, look at that,
Oh,
beating it.
cracker.
Brilliant ball. Well, it's hanging on that red ball. A bit more aggressive. Not far away. Got it.
Great line. Well, the jersey finishing with a flurry.
Needs a helping hand off the ball, a little touch.
Perfect.
England one more end to play after this one. We'll catch the end of that very shortly. Pepper in the jack on that ring. Must be an easy ring, John.
Yeah, good bowling.
I don't think the skip here will be too bothered about anything special here. It's either one up or one down. He'll just draw as close as he can.
It held on well, didn't it? Could be third shot. Well, a game dominated by Cyprus. They can go in tomorrow's play with confidence. Time for Jersey to regroup. They were well outplayed in that one, but tomorrow is another day.
Yep, so a big 5. So the final score for that game, for those following the scores, will be Cyprus B 28, Jersey A 4. So we'll just get rid of that scoreboard and we'll just see the end of this England game here. At the moment it's 5 in it. England B are 5 ahead. I think the line the shot as well. It's a very close end. Alan Theobald here from the northeast of England. Well, he'll be good at game management. He's been around a long time. Played at a great level. Marlon just not making the trip. Now, is it 2 to England A? It's a little bit risky, but 5 down, you know, in one end to play. I think you've got to take the chance, John.
Got to. And Alan's more than capable.
Forehand draw it is. Solid and back, well, just slightly quick. I think it's probably going to be a pair, I think, for England A, which means that will be 2 up, last end for England B. Yep, 13-10 I think that will be. Last round of scores just coming in there for you for this ladies round 6. Cyprus B 8, Guernsey 11, Jersey A 6, Wales 9, Jersey B 15, USA B 12, Norfolk Islands 15, USA A 14, so that's a very interesting game there. Scotland 6, South Africa 12, Cyprus A 10, England 16.
Brett Hartley doing what he's done for years, putting one very close.
Needs to get down. Oh.
Hello?
Ooh. Looked at it and then said, no thank you, I'm off.
Ladies googly.
A googly? Is that what you call them in Cumbria? Is it a googly?
Just when they do that.
Is it a googly? Okay. You can keep your googlies to yourself.
And why not?
Well played. Good balls. Bad news is my better half has just landed, just flown across the top of the hotel. Means I'll have to behave for a week.
Impossible.
Impossible. Oh, look at that. Nah, good ball. That's be just enough for shot, I think.
He's back, isn't he? Yeah.
8 punch, yeah. Well, a little forehand shot here, nice tickle on the pickle round the corner. That'll give him a 3 for a little tie.
You're looking for at least 3 to get some points out of this game.
Just a bit quick, I think. Just, yeah, there's that straightener, look.
He doesn't need much adjustment on that last ball though, because he a little ball tighter and he rests the Brett Harkless ball, makes the 3. Now then, Alex, you need to get one in. Well, that hasn't helped the Berkshire cause. Taking the one out.
England B will be just looking at this, looking at all the places that England A could possibly score the 3 they need. Sometimes you just ignore the jack, don't you, John, and just start covering.
Game management is the expression.
I mean, the shot is still turning the jack round the corner. It's whether with
That's
that
a
little
cracking.
straightener.
That is a cracking ball because it splits those balls at the back.
Almost forces him to play the difficult shot, which is what you always want to do, don't you? Try and
Yep.
force him to play the most difficult shot possible. It depends on the ball. Sometimes I don't know whether you go slightly higher with a better pace and allow it to come back across the straightener if you've got a strong enough bowl. I think you're looking at no more than 2 feet though.
I think he's looking to see whether he can just get round to turn the jack to the 2 waiting balls. It's very tight and there is a little bit of a straightener on that side, so it's certainly not an easy shot.
Going quick. Underneath. He's a very thick edge. Oh. I think he's only literally got that tickle. I think play down. He needs to cover this triangle to the left.
He's still, I don't know whether he'll be able to get enough on the jack to click it across to the side and get it into the middle of those white balls. Alan's looking at covering that now. He's covered the 2 white ones.
He's literally got that 2 feet, 30-inch trail for either a draw or even a win if he gets it absolutely bang on. This is difficult though with this hand. not enough. So it's going to be 1 more to England B, and they're going to take this game 14 shots to 10. Thank you for joining me once again, John. Very much appreciated.
It's a pleasure. I thank you.
Well, we have some more bowls for you, live bowls for you tomorrow once again at 9:15 tomorrow morning and 1:30 p.m. Cyprus time. Cyprus is 2 hours ahead of the UK, and we'll be back with you then. So I'd just like to thank you all for tuning in from various different places from all over Europe. So until tomorrow, from everybody here in Cyprus and the beautiful Athena Beach Hotel, it's bye-bye for now. Peter, Mr. Mario. Where's Luigi?
Actually, we call him Super Mario.
Is that the big lad? Is that what they call the big lad? Mario?
No, he's Harry.
No, the tall one is Harry.
Oh,
The short one is Mario.
okay.
Mario is the owner of the company.
He's the owner when you come in your bow.
Mario?
No.
Yeah, Mario Brothers. Yeah, he's the owner of Mario Brothers.
No, but you should show some respect for it.
All right.